Meghana, expected to
Yes, sir.
join. Yeah, a few more students.
Okay, okay.
Start with revision, or maybe you can wish.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, you can wish them, or
Okay, yeah.
okay.
Okay, sir. Good afternoon, children, everyone.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Happy Independence Day.
Happy Independence Day, ma'am. Same to you, ma'am. Independence Day,
I
ma'am.
think you all missed the school, flag hoisting, trophies and all. Have you missed today? Actually, you're supposed to go to school. Yes?
Good morning, ma'am. Happy Independence Day, ma'am.
Okay, children. Thank you, same to you. You missed your trophies from the school?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone? Yes, no? Because of this corona, it has snatched your trophies also. Okay, the previous paper I'll be solving, children. Let everyone join. Then I'll start discussing the new topic. Shaurya. No scratching, children.
Ma'am, someone is scratching.
Yes, 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 ma, yes. Where is that meeting controls?
Ma'am, if you click on
Yes,
that,
ma'am.
ma'am, if you click on that, you will know who is doing that.
Yeah, I know that. I have turned it off. Now no one can scratch. Okay, thank you. You can turn on your videos, children, everyone. I think these are the last sample questions which I have sent you. Everyone received this, no? Have you all solved this? Did you all solve these sample questions, children?
I forgot to solve it. Yes, ma'am.
You did not solve?
Yes, ma'am. All, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, can you tell me the answers now then? Which of the following does not provide the dietary fiber? Try to solve this. Which of the following does not provide the dietary fiber? Last class we have learned about the different components of the food, right? Carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, fats, minerals. Along with that, you also need roughage and water. So which of the component does not provide the dietary fiber? Dietary fiber means a fiber which is required for the digestion. To improve your bowel movements, to increase the digestion, this dietary fiber is present, is helpful. It is present in most of the fruits, vegetables, and the whole grains and the pulses. So milk does not contain any dietary fiber. Milk contains all the other nutrients, but it does not contain the dietary fiber. Okay. Next, second one. Read the food items below. Ghee, potato, water, and iodized salt. Which of them are energy giving food? Which of them are the energy giving food? According to the components of the food, only carbohydrates and fats, they are called as energy giving food. So ghee contain mostly
Ghee,
fat.
ma'am. Potato, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ghee, ma'am. 1 and 2, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, 1 and 2. Because ghee
1
contain
and 2,
fat
ma'am.
and potato contain carbohydrates. So these both are the energy giving food. Whereas water does not contain, and iodized salt also does not contain carbohydrates and fats. So 1 and 2 is the correct answer. Option A, that is 1 and 2 is the correct answer. Okay. Next, second page. Which of the following statements are true about the deficiency diseases? Which of the following statements are true about the deficiency diseases? How the deficiency diseases are caused? These are caused because of intake of the improper nutrients or yes, ma'am. Any disturbance is there?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
So deficiency diseases are caused because of the improper intake of the food. It is not caused by the germs, and they are transmitted by air, water, or contact with the infected person. No.
No, ma'am.
They are not communicable diseases, so they are not transmitted by air, water, or contact. They can be cured by taking the balanced diet. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. If you take balanced diet or proper amount of all the nutrients in the diet, then these deficiency diseases can be cured. So they are treated by antibiotics. Can deficiency diseases can be treated by antibiotics?
No, ma'am.
No. We cannot treat the deficiency diseases by the antibiotics. The only medicine is taking proper type of the food. Okay, next you have to unscramble these words. Can you tell me? Based on the components of food only I have given. Can you unscramble these words quickly? Anyone?
Ma'am, first one protein.
Super, very good.
Second one minerals.
Ma'am, third vitamin and D carbohydrate. And ma'am,
Sixth one fat, ma'am. Fat. Ma'am, minerals.
Vitamin, ma'am.
Ma'am, vitamin. Ma'am, carbohydrate. Carbohydrate. Carbohydrates, ma'am.
Carbohydrate, okay.
And nutrition. Next nutrient.
Nutrients.
Ma'am, next fat. Next one is nutrition. Fat.
Nutri.
Can I unscramble the
no nutrition spelling is
Nutrition, ma'am.
Ma'am, sixth one is fat.
Fat, ma'am. Sixth one, fat, ma'am. Fat, ma'am.
Fat, ma'am.
ma'am. What is fifth? No, ma'am, it is not nutrition. Ma'am, because there is E.
nutrients? It is nutrients.
Yes, ma'am, it is not nutrition.
Ma'am,
It is
ma'am,
nutrients.
I was disconnected by network problem. So can you tell what
No,
you
just
done?
I'm discussing the previous paper, ma'am. Previously solved. I mean, I sent the paper on a few sample questions, so that one I'm solving this. I did not start the new topic. Don't worry.
Okay, ma'am.
So these unscrambling the words. These are related to the components of the food. Okay, got
Fat,
it, everyone?
ma'am. Sixth one. Ma'am,
Fat,
fat.
fat. Yes, yes, I've typed there. Answers are visible, no? Here.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Once.
ఏది పట్టుకుందో
Okay.
అబ్బో
ఇంటికి కొన్ని కదమ్మా.
Next one.
ఇంటికి కొన్ని.
In the research, it is provided that in old age, one should take more quantity of proteins in the diet than any other group of food. Which of the following justifies this? Understood the question? Or the question is that why the people in the old age they have to consume more amount of proteins in their diet. Why the older people need more proteins in their diet? Why? Because you have to tell the correct option. First option is proteins help in repair and build muscles. In old age, muscle growth increases. Do you think muscle growth increases in the old age?
No, ma'am.
This is correct. Proteins help to repair and build muscles, but in the old age, muscle growth increases. So this is not correct.
Not correct.
Next one, proteins help to repair and build muscles. In the old age, muscles become weak. So hence, protein intake should be more. Yes, this is a correct option.
Correct,
It
ma'am.
helps to repair and build muscles, but in the old age, as the muscles become weak, you have to take more amount of proteins. Next one, proteins give energy to the body. In the old age, the body needs more energy to do work. No, protein does not give energy. So this itself is a false statement. Next one, proteins give energy to the body. In the old age, the body stored fat. No, this also is false because proteins does not give energy. Only they are the bodybuilding foods. So B option is the correct answer. Next one, match the following. Vitamin A causes which deficiency diseases? Can anyone tell me the deficiency of vitamin A causes?
Night blindness.
Ma'am, night blindness. Ma'am, night blindness.
Yes, yes, night blindness.
Ma'am, vitamin
Night
B
blindness.
causes
Vitamin B,
berry, ma'am. Berry,
Yes, ma'am.
berry.
Vitamin B,
Yes.
very, very.
very, very.
Vitamin C
Vitamin C?
causes scurvy.
One, ma'am.
Vitamin
Vitamin
Scurvy,
C,
very
second.
good. Vitamin
Ma'am,
D.
vitamin D, rickets.
Rickets, ma'am. Rickets.
ma'am.
Then anemia. Anemia is caused by?
Ma'am, anemia is caused by deficiency of iron.
Yes, deficiency of iron causes anemia. So as the option is not there, they have not given iron here. So they need to mention this anemia. So here among A, B, C, D, which one is the correct option? A,
Ma'am, B, ma'am.
4,
B, ma'am.
Ma'am,
one.
B, ma'am.
Yeah, B is the,
Ma'am, B.
yes, B is the correct answer. Okay, I have marked it. One time you have to tell the answer. Don't keep on repeating the answers, children.
Yes, ma'am.
Next one. Seventh one. Fill in the blanks from the word. List of words given below. Carbohydrate, fat, protein, starch, sugar, vitamin C, roughage. Egg yolk is rich in.
Protein, ma'am.
Protein. Protein, ma'am.
Protein. Protein.
Egg yolk. Children, egg consists of two
Protein.
portions.
Protein, ma'am. Protein, ma'am. Protein.
Egg
Ma'am,
yolk,
roughage.
children.
Protein
Actually-
and minerals, ma'am.
Ma'am, I think roughage.
Inside portion. Children, wait a little. Egg yolk is the interior part. Inside the yellow color portion is there, no? That is called as egg yolk. Actually, this egg yolk is rich in fat. Okay, egg yolk is rich in fat. That egg yolk portion is also called as globulin. Egg yolk is also called as globulin. It is rich in the fat. Whereas egg albumin means the white color portion that is rich in protein.
Okay, ma'am.
Egg consists of portions, the white and yellow. Everyone are aware of that, right? So the white color portion is called as albumin and the yellow color portion is called as globulin. The globulin is rich in the fat, whereas the white color portion that is rich in protein.
Ma'am, I was confused in
Deficiency disease.
whether the egg yolk is rich in protein or fat. I was about
Fat.
to say
Egg yolk
that.
is rich in fat.
Ma'am, I was about to say that egg yolk is rich in protein and egg albumin is rich in fat.
No, albumin is the white color portion. Yolk means the yellow color portion. Okay. Next,
Okay,
deficiency diseases can be prevented by taking
Balanced diet. Balanced
prevented
diet.
by taking the balanced diet. Okay. Next,
Obesity.
eating too much of fat rich.
Obesity, ma'am.
Obesity.
ma'am. Obesity.
If you consume more amount of fat food or junk food or fried food, it may result finally in the condition called as obesity. Next, the component of that
Roughage.
does not provide any nutrients.
Roughage.
Yes, but it's
Yes,
important for
ma'am.
the food. Yes,
Yes, ma'am. Roughage.
ma'am.
roughage. They're very important, but they
Vitamin
do not
C.
provide any nutrients for us.
And vitamin C.
Vitamin
That
C. Ma'am. Vitamin C.
vitamin C.
Vitamin C gets easily destroyed by heating on cooking. That's the reason we have to use the
Eat it
proper
raw.
cooking techniques. Eat it raw, or you should not squeeze the lemon or any vitamin C when you're cooking. When it is cold condition only, you have to squeeze the lemon. Any other vitamin
Ma'am?
can be easily destroyed by heating. So many
Ma'am,
vitamins are there, no?
orange.
Vitamin A, B, C, D.
Ma'am, orange.
No. Which other vitamin among vitamin A, B, C, D, E?
Ma'am,
Which
ma'am, I have a question.
one more?
Ma'am, does orange has vitamin C in it?
Yes, ma. Orange contains. They are called as citrus fruits. Guava, orange, lemon. Okay.
Ma'am, and
Strawberries, they
mango?
contain more amount of vitamin C. Mango, no. It does not contain more vitamin C. It is mostly rich in vitamin A.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. No, I'm asking you one more question. Which can you name any other vitamin that can be
Tomato,
easily
ma'am.
destroyed by heating?
Tomato,
Vitamin
ma'am.
name, vitamin A or vitamin B or vitamin C?
Tomato.
No, vitamin B. The answer is vitamin B. Vitamin B and C, those are water soluble vitamins. So those get easily destroyed by heat. The other vitamin A, D and E, those are fat soluble vitamins. Whereas vitamin B and C are water soluble vitamins, B and C. So those are easily get destroyed by the heat. Okay. I'm
Okay,
clearing my
ma'am.
drawings. Next. Bojo. Bojo was having difficulty in seeing in the dim light. The doctor tested his sight and prescribed a particular vitamin supplement. He also advised him to include few food items in the diet. Which deficiency disease he is suffering from?
Ma'am,
He
vitamin
is not able
A.
to see properly. So which deficiency?
Ma'am, vitamin A.
Ma'am, vitamin
He is
A.
suffering from
Night blindness.
Ma'am, night blindness.
night blindness. You have to write. Yes, deficiency diseases. He is suffering from night blindness. And next one, which food component may be lacking in his diet?
Ma'am, mango.
Which food component? Vitamin
Okay.
A is lacking in the food is lacking vitamin A.
Vitamin
So he
A.
suggests some food items that he should include in his diet. Any 4 food items you have to suggest so that he will recover from the night blindness. Which all food items do you suggest?
Ma'am, mango.
Milk, ma'am.
Ma'am, mango, amla.
That food
Mashed
should
spinach.
spinach, very good.
Ma'am,
sir.
spinach, yes.
Spinach and then
Green vegetables, ma'am.
all types of leafy vegetables. And
Ma'am,
then carrots, papaya. So these all food you can suggest for him so that he will easily recover from night blindness because it is a vitamin A deficiency. So you have to consume the those are rich in A. Next, Nidhi draw a balanced diet pyramid but made some mistakes here. You know balanced diet how it will be. The bottom portion will be containing the grains and cereals which you have to consume in more quantity. Whereas the second, fruits and vegetables. And next comes, can you identify any difference? Is it correct? The balanced
ma'am,
diet
yes,
pyramid is
ma'am.
correct?
Oh, ma'am.
So what is wrong here in this?
Food items in blocks 1 and 2 should be interchanged, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
super.
ma'am. Ma'am,
gave
the
the
food
answer?
item 1 and 2 has to interchange.
Yes, interchanged. Fat, oil, sweets and salt you have to take in very less quantities. So this should be 1 and this should be 2. Okay. So which option is this? Option C. Food items in block 1 and 2 should be interchanged. This should be interchanged. Rest all are correct. Okay. Understood the balanced diet pyramid?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Next last question. Yeah. Food items rich in carbohydrates.
Ma'am, we have to identify from this food. Ma'am, I can't see.
Yeah, you have to identify. So which food item? Carbohydrate rich food.
Potato.
And what is that white color there,
There
ma'am?
is no potato here.
And what is the
This
white
is paneer, milk. Paneer ma, paneer slab. The slab of paneer.
Paneer, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Food
paneer.
item rich in carbohydrates. Paneer is not rich in carbohydrates. It's rich
Milk.
carbohydrates.
Ma'am, beans.
Give the example. No. Beans,
Ma'am,
vegetables, and
chapati.
fruits.
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
papaya.
Chapati.
Ma'am, papaya.
Papa.
Chapati is the correct answer.
Oh no.
Yes, ma'am.
Rice, chapati, and all those are rich sources of carbohydrates. So,
Ma'am, your voice is
chapati-
lagging in between.
Is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, chapati.
Yes, ma'am.
Parota you can write. Yeah. Okay. Next, the egg is a rich source of protein. And then which mineral do you find in the egg? Can you find any mineral in the egg? There are different types of minerals.
Ma'am, calcium and phosphorus.
Calcium, phosphorus. Phosphorus, sorry.
Calcium.
Calcium.
Calcium, ma'am.
Ma'am, only calcium, not phosphorus.
Yes, yes. Egg contains
Why
only
is it
calcium,
not?
not phosphorus. And which vitamin is? Which vitamin? Egg contains which vitamin?
Ma'am, vitamin A vitamin, ma'am. Ma'am, vitamin A.
Ma'am, vitamin D.
Vitamin A.
D. Ma'am, vitamin D.
No.
Vitamin B, ma'am.
Vitamin D.
B, ma'am.
Ma'am, D.
Ma'am, vitamin.
Vitamin D.
I have already done there. Children. Yes, yes, vitamin D. It is a rich source of calcium, mineral calcium, and vitamin D. And dash is rich source of fat, which is richest source of fat.
Ma'am, butter.
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
butter.
butter and ghee, ma'am. Butter and ghee,
There
ma'am.
is no ghee here. Yeah,
Ma'am,
butter you can write.
butter.
Yeah, butter is a rich source of fat. Milk provides dash, vitamin D, and dash. Mineral already have written as calcium. Already we have discussed this. It consists of calcium mineral, and then what else does it contain? Milk provides dash, vitamin D, and calcium. What else does it contain? Milk.
Ma'am,
Remember the components of the
phosphorus.
food? Does it contain carbohydrate?
Ma'am,
Not
phosphorus.
the mineral name. Other than the phosphorus, milk does not contain phosphorus, children. Phosphorus is not present in the milk.
Okay, ma'am.
Milk provides what? Remember the components of the food. Does it contain fat or protein or carbohydrate?
Proteins, ma'am. Ma'am, proteins.
Proteins. Milk
And
contains
milk also
proteins.
provides protein.
Contains proteins. Dash fruit is rich source of vitamin A.
Ma'am, papaya.
Yeah, papaya. Good. Yes. Spinach is good source of mineral. Spinach, leafy vegetable.
Ma'am, vitamin E.
Which mineral?
Ma'am, vitamin E.
Vitamin E.
Ma'am, vitamin E.
Hello, my dear. It is mineral they have asked, not vitamins.
Okay. Minerals. Minerals.
Which mineral?
Minerals.
Which all minerals did we discuss last class?
Mm,
We discussed one iodine, calcium, and one is a major component in the formation of the blood.
Iodine.
No.
Ma'am,
Which helps in the formation of the blood.
Ma'am, calcium.
Iron, iron helps in the formation of the blood.
Oh.
Hemoglobin. Yes. Next, both X and dash are rich in dash. What is left over here?
Ma'am,
Both
beans.
X and dash.
Orange, ma'am.
Beans you can write.
Beans.
Yes, beans
Beans. Beans, ma'am.
are rich in
Vitamin D.
proteins.
Vitamin D.
Protein.
Proteins.
Protein.
Eggs and beans. Beans are rich sources of proteins. So eggs and beans are rich sources of proteins that you can write.
Protein.
Okay. This you have to all solve by yourself. That's the reason I'm sending you, so that you can learn. Already we have discussed all this, so you have to solve. Okay. So today we'll start the new topic. That is reproduction in plants. Okay, why the
Okay,
reproduction has to take place, why it is important, and how it occurs, that we will discuss. And only one small topic in that we will discuss. So in order to continue their life, every organism that is present on the earth has to reproduce to continue its species. What happens if
Ma'am,
the
it's saying
organisms do not
Meghana
reproduce?
Mahesh network bandwidth is slow.
I think now it's okay.
Mine is teaching speech.
Able to hear my voice?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear.
Okay, okay. So what happens if the organisms do not reproduce? There will be no,
Will not exist, ma'am.
what happens? Yeah, new organisms will not form and new species will not be formed. If organisms will not reproduce, there will be end there itself. If the animals give rise to new animals, then only the generation will be continuing. Okay, so every organism has to reproduce to continue its species.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, 1 second, I'm trying to share the screen. It's not open, 1 second.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Screen share, ma'am.
Able to see? Yeah, screen. Able to see the screen?
No, ma'am.
No.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
1 second. Children, just 2 minutes, I'll be back.
Yes, ma'am.
You can see the screen.
Okay. Okay, okay, children.
See the screen, ma'am.
Okay, okay, okay. Able to see the screen now, everyone?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay then.
Yes, ma'am.
So as I said, every living organism has to reproduce to continue its species. Either the plants or microorganisms or big animals, small animals, whatever it is, every animal has to reproduce, has to give birth to the young ones to continue the life on the earth. And next, what different types of reproduction? Today we'll study only about the reproduction in plants, and that too only one part, that is asexual reproduction, we will study. Okay. So there are two types of reproduction, that is asexual reproduction, and I'll explain. There are two types of reproduction. Yeah, asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction means it's a one kind of reproduction where only one organism can give rise to new daughter cell or new organism. Either the male or the female, any one organism can give rise to new cell or the new species or new organisms. That is asexual reproduction. Is it clear now, Hitesh?
Yes, ma'am.
Understood? So new organisms will be born from the single organism, either from the male or the female, anything from the single parent. The organism will be having a single parent. Okay, such type of reproduction is called asexual reproduction, whereas in the sexual reproduction, two parents has to involve to give birth to the one organism. So everyone will be having two parents. So that is sexual reproduction. There are a particular group of cells called as gametes which involve in the production of the organisms. So such type of is called as sexual reproduction. If only one parent is involved, it is called as asexual reproduction. If two parents are involved, it is called as sexual reproduction. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then going to the, so we'll study the different types of asexual reproduction in plants. These are the 6 types of asexual reproduction: fission, budding, spore formation, regeneration, fragmentation, and vegetative propagation. These are the 6 types of asexual reproduction which we see in the microorganisms or in the plants. How many types are there? 6 types you have to remember: fission, budding, spore formation, regeneration, fragmentation, and vegetative propagation. These are the different types how the plants produce or the microorganisms give rise to the new. Okay. So in this we will study one by one in detail today. First type is the fission. Fission also you can in microorganisms or unicellular organisms. I think everyone is aware what are unicellular organism. What is unicellular organism? Tanish, can you tell me?
Ma'am?
Tanish,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, what are unicellular organisms?
Ma'am, I couldn't listen. My brother was disturbing me there, coming and calling me. I couldn't listen.
Unicellular organism. There are 2 types of organisms: unicellular
Ma'am,
and
nearby.
multicellular. What nearby?
Ma'am, that organisms contain only one cell.
Okay, super. Unicellular organisms are those which contain or which are made up of only single cell. That is called as unicellular organism. Multicellular means many cells. Okay. So the examples of unicellular, they are amoeba, paramecium, euglena. Those are the examples of the unicellular organisms which you can see in the water, like in the pond or the lake. If you get a chance to observe under the microscope, you can find these type of cells. Okay, so this type of fission you can see in the unicellular organisms where the parent cell divides into 2 after it is fully grown. Amoeba, for example, if you take amoeba, I'll wait 1 second. Whiteboard is seen now? Children, whiteboard is seen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So amoeba is a regular organism which is having a regular shape. It does not have a specific shape. The outermost covering is called as cell membrane, and inside it is called as the liquid is present, that is called as cytoplasm, and then nucleus is present, and then small vacuoles.
Ma'am, vacuoles are those tiny spaces.
Yeah, tiny spaces which can store the food or any other materials inside the vacuoles. So this is the structure of amoeba where this is called as cytoplasm. Understood the parts? This is called as cell membrane. The outermost structure will be the cell membrane. And then the inner, the liquid portion is called as cytoplasm.
Ma'am, what is this? Amoeba.
What, ma?
Ma'am, what is this?
This is the structure of amoeba.
Oh.
Amoeba will be, it is made up of single cell. It is having a regular shape. It does
Ma'am,
not have a
should we
specific
write?
shape. No, just listen
Okay, ma'am.
for your information. This is called as vacuoles. And then which one I forgot. This is called as nucleus. So this entire structure is called as amoeba. O is silent, you have to pronounce it as amoeba. So the single-celled organism which you can see in the pond or lake, amoeba, paramecium, euglena, these are the examples of the unicellular organism. This entire structure is made up of a single cell. So here the respiration or digestion or excretion, whatever the life process will be carried out by the single cell. So what will happen when the amoeba starts growing? By taking the food and everything, it starts growing, increasing in the size. Then when it grows to a sufficient size, what will happen? The nucleus here, it starts dividing. Slowly the nucleus starts dividing. The outer structure, it can be anything. It can change its shape. Okay. So these are the food vacuoles. So this is the nucleus, children. So first the nucleus starts dividing, and then what will happen? Along with the nucleus, the cytoplasm also divides. So along with the cytoplasm, the outer membrane forms a groove-like thing and it starts dividing.
Now, what is cytoplasm?
Cytoplasm is a liquid or the fluid present inside the cell.
Ma'am, amoeba can be any shape.
Okay. Yeah, it can be any shape. It can change its shape. Okay. So first the nucleus starts dividing once amoeba starts growing. Then along with the nucleus, the cytoplasm also divides. Along with that, the cell membrane also divides. So finally, it results in the formation of two amoebas. It deepens. This starts, it grows and deepens. And then it results in the formation of two cells. Two amoebas will be formed. Then when these amoeba again grows in size, the same thing will happen. Okay, so this is how the reproduction occurs in the amoeba. And one more thing, these outermost structures or the projections, this is called as pseudopodia. Okay, these are nothing but the legs, or it is also called as false feet of the amoeba. The projections you can see, no? The outside, the curves like thing, these are called as pseudopodia or the false feet. So whenever any item is there nearby, any food item is there nearby, what will it do? It changes its structure to grab this food item. So that is the reason it can change its shape accordingly. Okay, now I'm clearing this and then closing this. Okay. Able to see the screen?
Oh, ma'am.
Children, please. No.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, one second.
No, ma'am, I cannot see the screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, same
You
here.
can't see the screen.
Ma'am, I cannot see.
Nana.
Hello?
Ma'am, I can see the screen.
Ma'am, now I can see the screen, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, children. So this is binary fission where one organism divides into two. That is called as binary. Binary means two. So the examples for this is amoeba, paramecium, like that. Unicellular organism, they undergo reproduction in this way. Whereas multiple fission, the parent split into many new organisms. Here you can give the examples like the formation in the plasmodium. Plasmodium is an organism which causes malaria. Okay, plasmodium is an organism which causes malaria. So in the plasmodium, how it will divide means this is a parent cell. You can see in the picture here. This is a parent cell. So here inside the parent cell only the multiple in the nucleus and the cells will be forming multiple cells like in the cyst form. So once it grows in a complete size, many cells will be formed inside the cyst, and then finally the cyst will be broken and then many cells will be released out. So here each and every cell can form into complete organism. This is the multiple fission. Okay. So fission, there are two types of fission, binary fission and multiple fission. Binary fission, one organism it is divided into two. And again, these two organisms will be divided into four like that. Whereas in the multiple fission, one organism can give rise to many organisms. Okay, so the examples and the process you have to remember, that's all. Next, going to the next process, that is budding. Budding you can see in the hydra and the yeast. Hydra is an aquatic living organism. You can see this hydra in the water. So the structure of the hydra will be like this. It will be having the outer projections near the mouth region. These are called as tentacles. So when the hydra grows to the sufficient size, a small bud-like structure or the outgrowth will be formed in the parent organism. Then slowly the size of the bud increases and you can see here the formation of the new hydra. And then once it reaches a sufficient size or when it grows properly, then the new hydra gets detaches from the parent organism and grows as a separate individual. See, the new hydra separates and grows as a separate body or separate animal. Okay, so this is budding. And yeast.
Now what is yeast?
Yeast is a multicellular organism. Yeast, this is usually you'll be adding in the bakery industries for the formation of like to make bread, pizzas, cakes and all fluffy. You'll be adding the yeast in the preparation of the bread or in other bakery items in the like cakes, buns and all. They'll be adding the yeast. So this also reproduces by budding. Huh?
Now why they add yeast in cake and
you can see the cake's fluffy, right? You wanted to eat it fluffy. Otherwise, it will be very hard and it will be like a stick-like thing. You cannot have it.
Yes.
To make it fluffy, they will be adding the yeast.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. So how this yeast reproduces means this is one organism of the yeast. So once it attains a proper size, a small bud-like projection will start coming out. So this bud grows in size, and here you can see multiple. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, how much time does it take? Ma'am, how much time does it take the bud to form?
It depends upon like for the preparation of depends upon the food that is available around. See, in the bakeries and all, they'll be adding the sugar, rice flour or the maida. They will be adding. So the yeast will be taking that as a food and starts growing. So depending upon what amount of food you are giving and what temperature, humidity, all these factors depend upon the multiplication or reproduction of the yeast. Okay. How do you prepare bread or butter, bread or buns or the cakes, pizzas? You'll be mixing the maida or the rice flour and then add some sugar and add just a pinch of yeast is sufficient. Too much of yeast is also not added, only just a pinch of yeast is added to that. Mix it along with the water and keep it like that for 2 to 3 hours. After 2 to 3 hours, you can see the increase in the size of the dough. That means the yeast has growing and so many yeasts are formed in that only. Okay, this is how the yeast reproduces. Hydra and yeast reproduces by budding. Clear? Any doubt, children, in this? So first we have learned about the fission, and this is budding. Okay, next one, spore formation. Spore formation is seen in multicellular organisms as well as the unicellular organisms. Mostly the example you can see, give the examples as fungi, the rhizopus or the mucus. These are the examples of the spore formation. And usually when the conditions are unfavorable, conditions are not favorable, it starts growing and form the sporangium like this. So all the cells are multiplied and stored in the structure called as sporangium or the spore case. You have to say spore case or the cyst. Like as you see in the multiple fission, the same process takes place in the spore formation also. So you can resemble this structure as a plant, right? The fungi structure also resembles a plant. This is called as hyphae. This is not the roots. The root-like structures is called as hyphae, and it will be having the stem and small bulb-like structures. So this is the structure of fungi. Okay. Understood? These root-like structures, no? These are not root-like, these are called as hyphae, and the stem will be there and the bulb-like structures will be there. Okay, when the conditions are favorable, what it will do, it starts multiplying. When it grows to its proper size, it starts multiplying here inside its own sporangium. Then when the conditions are favorable, when the temperature is good, this sporangium breaks out and releases small cells outside. So these will be moving here and there in the air. Wherever it falls on the grounds, if this falls on the grounds, it starts germinating here itself. It starts forming the hyphae and start growing into a proper one more fungi, like this. Understood? This resembles a plant, but this is not a plant. It will be having.
Ma'am, will it grow in water or on land, ma'am? And this.
Some fungi grow in the water. Some fungi grow on the land also. You can give fungi example. Mushroom. Mushroom is the best example. Have you seen the structure of mushroom? How it will be?
Yes, ma'am.
Even in the damp places, during the rainy season, it starts growing. Okay. Those are not the plant. Those are the fungi. It cannot prepare the food. Okay. This fungi, you can give the example of mushroom. Okay, like different types of fungi also will be there. So here the spore formation, this is called a spore. So once the conditions are favorable, it releases these spores and small spores will be coming out. Wherever these spores fall on the ground, that starts germinating. Okay. So this is one type of asexual reproduction. And next one is regeneration. Regeneration actually is not a reproduction, children. It is one type of formation of the new body parts. If the parent organism, if it gets somewhere, any cut, it can be either, the examples for these are hydra, planaria, and starfish. If you take example of starfish, you can see the starfish will be having how many arms?
5.
How many arms will be there for the starfish? 5 arms will be there. If by chance or if by the attack of predators, something happens and got cut in one of the arm, after some time, after few days, you can see the growth of that arm. That arm will be regenerated again. And one more example I can give, the lizard. If lizard if you are scaring the lizard, what will you do? It loses the tail. Have you seen the lizard in your houses?
Yes, ma'am. I have seen its tail also.
If you try to scare that lizard, what will it do? It loses its tail. Okay, and after few days, you can see that new tail starts forming in the lizard. So that is nothing but the process of regeneration, losing of the body parts. Okay, so this type of regeneration you can see like in the planaria or hydra, starfish, lizard. This you can give the example. Lizard, the entire body part, if it cuts, it cannot regenerate again. Only the tail, if it cuts, it will be regenerated. Whereas for the starfish, hydra and planaria, if it cuts in any of the direction, it will be regenerated again. The full body has been developed again. Okay, that is the difference. And some cells will be there that has a capacity to form new cells. Like from any cell, it can form into a complete organism. Such type of cells is called as totipotent cells. You have to remember the term totipotency or totipotent cells. See, even during the formation of any animal or any human body or anything, it is formed from the single cell. So single cell has a capacity to form into a complete organism. The single cell starts dividing. So it has the capacity to differentiate into different tissues or organs or organ system or organism. So such cells which has a capacity to differentiate and form into new individuals are called as totipotent cells. Okay. This term many times I have asked children in the Olympiad, so I'm stressing this more. Next one, fragmentation. Fragmentation you can see in Spirogyra. Spirogyra is an aquatic plant. It's like aquatic animal. The structure will be very filamentous. Ribbon type it will be. So fragmentation, if it goes to a certain size, what will happen? You can observe certain cuts. Here and there you can see the cuts where the septum is there. The joining of the two portions is called as septum. So you can find small cuts in this septum.
Ma'am, what is septum?
Yeah, I'll explain. See, Spirogyra will be like this, filamentous, like a rib. Sorry. The structure of the Spirogyra will be like this in a ribbon shape, and inside it will be having some different structures like this. And then, okay, do one more. And it's continuous, it will be like this filamentous continuously. And here and there you can find the nucleus. This will be the structure of the Spirogyra. So when it grows to proper size, you can, this structure, the two joint is called a septum, children. This joint is called a septum. So when it grows into a proper size, you can observe certain cuts in this septum. Okay, and then during this cuts, what will happen? After some time, this cut gets deepened and then it completely cuts into three. So this one single Spirogyra divides and forms into three small Spirogyras. Like this. After some time, it takes the food and all and it starts growing into size. And when these three Spirogyra grows in the size, these three again, like three septums will be there here also. This undergoes cuts and three more Spirogyras will be formed like that. So you can see the green color chloroplast also. So it's one kind of plant which is present in the water. So it's an aquatic animal.
Blue color, ma'am. Blue color between those holes, ma'am.
No, green color. Green. This one nucleus will be there. Here and there nucleus will be there. Small vacuoles also will be there. The structure is not much important for you children, the Spirogyra structure. You should know what is fragmentation. The examples of fragmentation and what is fragmentation you have to know here. Okay. And sea anemones, there also you can see the same type of fragmentation. Small fragments or cuts will be formed. And finally, these cuts will be deepened and then develops into two small daughter cells or daughter organisms. Next is vegetative propagation. Understand till now what we have learned? We have learned about the fission, budding, spore formation, regeneration and fragmentation. This is vegetative propagation. Usually we'll be seeing this type of vegetative propagation in the fruits and vegetables. So this is also asexual reproduction because these plants are grown without the seeds. Without the help of the seeds, these are grown. That means the other parts other than the seeds, they are grown, like stems, roots and leaves are involved in this reproduction. They are called as vegetative parts. The flower, seeds and all those are called as reproductive parts. So here parts like the stems, these plants will be grown with the help of the roots, stems and the leaves. This is called as vegetative propagation. Like stems, you can give the examples of underground stem, the ginger, sugar cane, corn. These are the examples of the underground stem. Even the potato also. You see potato. You can see my pictures. These are called as buds. You can see picture, children. I'm holding a potato in my hand. Can you see?
Yes,
Ma'am.
Okay. So here you can see the white buds-like structures. You can see the white bud-like structures. These are nothing but the eyes or the buds. When you cut this and just dig it in the soil and put this starts growing into a new plant. Wherever the small buds or eyes are there in the potato, if you cut till here, a small part, if you cut the potato and then put it in the soil, it starts growing into a new plant. Can't see.
Ma'am, I can't see you, ma'am.
Okay, 1 second. Now can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Wherever my face is there, go there and double tap, then it will increase in size. So this is a structure, potato. You can see the white color structures. These are nothing but the buds or eyes of the potato. If you keep it for some more days, then many buds will be formed. So if you cut this and then put it in the soil, it starts growing into a new potato plant.
Yes, ma'am.
Similarly, carrot, you can see the white roots are coming out. If you keep the carrot without using for so many days, you can see, can you see the roots coming out of the carrot?
Yes, ma'am.
So this carrot, if you cut it and put it in the soil,
Ma'am, I cannot see your presentation.
I'm not showing my presentation, I'm showing my face.
Okay.
Can you see the carrot?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
The roots are coming out of
Yes, ma'am.
the roots are coming out of the carrot. So if you keep this carrot inside the soil, it starts growing into a new plant. So here this potato or
Ma'am?
carrot, it is not growing with the help of the seed. Does it growing with the help of the seed?
No, ma'am.
There are no seeds here. So these will be growing with the help of the carrots or the potatoes. Those are called as underground stems. Carrot is called as root. So with the help of the root directly, it is growing into a new plant. Okay. So here this radish, beetroot, turnip, carrot, all these, they grow with the help of the roots directly. This is sweet potato. This also, if you just put it in the soil, it starts growing. So without the formation of the seeds, without the formation of the flowers, these are growing. So this is a type of vegetative propagation. That means they are growing with the help of the vegetative parts. Like stems, roots and leaves are involved in the growth of the new plant. And here in this picture, you can see the bryophyllum. This grows with the help of the leaves. The reproductive part here. Small bud-like structures you can see at the edges or corners of the leaves.
Ma'am, it's
Okay.
bryophyllum.
Can you see?
Yes.
A bryophyllum.
And this
So,
plant is
by the help of the wind or the insect or something, if these
Ma'am, I
buds
have
fall
seen
down
this
on the ground, this may result. What, ma'am?
Take the
I
leaves.
have seen this plant, ma'am.
Can it grow, ma'am?
You have seen this plant very. Yeah, that's what you can see. Small buds arising from the edges of the leaves.
Yes, ma'am.
These buds fall on the ground. It starts growing into a new plant. Okay, so that means some plants can also grow without seeds and without the flowers. That process is called as vegetative propagation. And next is artificial propagation. That means what we are doing, it is man-made. Till now we have learned vegetative propagation means that itself starts growing. Without the help of the human beings or animals also, it can grow on their own. And next is artificial propagation. So some plants can grow by the artificial methods like cutting, layering, and cutting means if you cut a small part of the plant, the stem or the where the leaf starts emerging. If you cut that portion and then put it in the sand or the soil, it's growing into a new plant. Like rose cutting, mainly you'll be seeing the roses. Have you seen the roses, how it will grow? They usually cut the small stem of the plant and then put it in the soil.
Ma'am, what is bougainvillea?
Bougainvillea is nothing but paper flowers, children. Here and there you can see the pink color, white color will be, it is a climber, it will be growing on the buildings, old buildings or new buildings also, just for the show they will be keeping. They're also called as paper flowers. It will be like this, 3 leaves like structures will be there, and small yellow color, this one will be coming out. It can be in the colors of pink, red, white. It is a climber. They're also called as paper flowers. You cannot keep it for like for festivals or doing puja cues, just for the show. Okay. And then chrysanthemum is nothing but the marigold flowers and grapes. All this, they usually grow by the cuttings. Wherever this stem starts arising, there they usually cut and then put that in the soil. Okay, then it starts growing into a new plant. And next is the layering. In this method, you usually see for jasmine plant, yes, strawberry, raspberry, and all. So one part of the stem, it is been bent and then buried inside the soil. One part of the stem is been bent and buried in the soil. After some days, the root starts developing from the plant. And after a few days, after the root starts developing, you can cut this portion also. This starts growing into new plant and this starts growing into new plant. Understood? Layering. A branch has been bent and then put it in the inside the soil, buried inside the soil, and keep watering. It will happen. The root starts developing from the stem. After a few days, you can cut this stem. So this starts developing into new plant, and this starts developing into new plant. Again, this branch, if you just bury it inside the soil, the root starts coming out here, and here the leaves, the stems starts developing from the other. So this is how the new plants develop by the math techniques. So the examples are jasmine, strawberry, and raspberry. And next is the grafting. Grafting is one method where if you want new types of plants, this grafting is done. So here usually the grafting is done for 2 different varieties of plants. So here 2 plants are taken. From one plant, one arm has been cut, one branch has been cut from one plant, and then one more plant, the top portion is been cut and removed. So the scion is the upper portion of one plant. Yes, ma Pranav, you can unmute and ask. Pranav, any doubt?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma.
It's touched and came, ma'am.
By mistake, you raised your hand. Okay. Okay. So the grafting is usually they will do for the generation or the creation of the new varieties of plant. Here 2 plants are taken. The upper portion of one plant has been taken and the bottom portion of the other plant has been taken, and these 2 are tied tightly and wrapped with the any cotton cloth. Okay, so this top portion is called as scion, and the bottom portion of another plant, this is called as stalk. Usually these 2 have been kept together like this and then wrapped and tied. And again it has been tied with a polythene sheet so that they are not, the stem has been cut now, so they are not prone to the infections. So for not allowing to prone to the infections, they are usually wrapped in the polythene cover. And keep watering the plant. After a few days, if you open this polythene cover and the piece of the cloth, you can see this. Both the stems are completely joined and may result in the formation of the new plant.
Ma'am,
So
they will be
here
joined. Ma'am, the broken
scion,
parts will be joined together.
yeah, yes, broken part will be joined together.
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
how?
we can make new plants like that.
Yes, like
Ma'am,
suppose if you want pink color
Ma'am,
flowers
it can be
and the
done by
scion
any
is from the
plant.
white. One second. The scion is a few plants like apples, peach, or apricots. Like this plants only. This grafting technique can be followed. All the plants we cannot do the grafting. Okay, so like scion is from the white flower plant and stalk is from the red color plant, red color flower bearing plant. If you both join it, the resultant plant, you will be getting the pink color flowers. Understood? If the scion is taken from the white color flower bearing plant, and the stalk is taken from the red color flower bearing plant, these two are combined, and then start watering the plants. The new plant, it starts bearing the pink color flowers. So this has
Ma'am,
taken
like that you can create.
the, yes, that's the reason they'll be doing the grafting to create the new varieties of plants. They'll be merging the characteristics of two different varieties, and the new variety can be created by this technique. Okay.
Ma'am, you can take any stem, anyone, anything, and combine.
That's what. No, not anything. All plants cannot. I mean, grafting technique cannot be followed. Only few plants. This grafting technique can be followed, like peach, apples, apricots, and sometimes hibiscus also. They'll be doing like that for creation of the new plants, new varieties of plants. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And next is a tissue culture. Tissue culture is a tissue means, you know, a group of cells forms a tissue. So in the artificial medium, these tissues have been taken from one plant and start growing in the artificial medium. Like this is artificial medium. You can see like this, the medium or the round like structure. So inside they'll be pouring the medium made up of agar or the gel like structure, where this gives so much of nutrients. This agar medium is rich in the nutrients. These are called as Petri plates. The round structures are called as Petri plates. Okay, these round, the glass structures, they are called as Petri plates. So inside the Petri plates, they will be putting the gel called as agar, where this agar gel is rich in nutrients that are needed for the plant to grow. So whatever plants you wanted to grow, the small portion, very small portion, you know how the tissue will be, a group of cells are called as tissue. So any part of the plant, a small piece is taken and then kept it on the agar medium, then closed it. And then it's kept at proper temperature, humidity and all. So by taking the nutrients present in this agar medium, this plantlet starts growing. So this starts growing like this, tiny plantlets. Once it grows certain height, then they are removed and again they can be put it in the compost or in this normal sand. Then these all results in growing of the big plants. Like varieties and all. When you see some very good type, very good. Yes, mask.
Ma'am,
Maryam.
and again, if they grow big, they can again scrape out the tissue sample and again, ma'am, they can reseed.
Yeah. Yes, again they can grow. Yes, from one plant, many plants can be grown. You can see the small tissues, how it will be. So from that, many varieties of plants can be grown. Usually, this will be done the outside, like imported plants and all. Some plants which are growing in the other countries, we cannot get the entire plant. So any small portion, if we get to also, they can start growing and then develop into a complete plant. Okay, for these examples like palm, banana, date, eggplant, pineapple, usually grow by this technique. So here no seeds are there, no flowers are there. So by taking a small tissue piece of this plant, a big plant can be grown. So what advantages of this artificial vegetative propagation is the new plant will be having the exact features of the parent plant. How the parent exact similar, the new plant also will look. And the fruit trees are grown by grafting their fruit much earlier. So these by this technique, if you are growing the plants, the fruit you will get, and you can get the fruit much earlier. Like if normally if the plant is growing, it may take some 2 to 3 years. But by growing this technique, within 3 or 4 months, you can eat the fruit. So by this technique, you can get the fruits much earlier. And they need much attention in the earlier years because you'll be growing in the agar medium and all that is only rich in nutrients. So you don't need to pay attention for that, for providing the nutrients and all. Because normally if a sapling has been planted, you have to take more care, like proper amount of the sunlight, temperature, watering, everything you have to take care. But here, agar medium, I said this agar medium only provides most of the nutrients. So no need to much care for that. Automatically grows properly. Many plants can be grown with the help of one parent. With the help of one parent, many plants you can create, grow.
Ma'am, your voice
And
is
next
lagging.
advantage is you can.
Can't hear. What are you saying?
Now, is it clear?
Your voice
And next
is
you can
not,
get the seedless
ma'am, you are
plants.
not audible. No, you are not audible.
Everyone's same problem, children. Voice is not audible.
Ma'am, now you are audible.
Ma'am, I cannot hear you.
Ma'am, your voice is cracking.
Ma'am.
Guys, ma'am is audible. I think there may be some problem with your
children?
connection.
Is it clear, children, now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, now
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you can get many seedless varieties of plants by this technique. So like while grapes and all, if seeds are there, do you feel, do you like to eat grapes with the big seeds and all? It will be hurting your teeth. You don't like it, right? So many seedless varieties of plants can be created by this technique. Understood? So till now what we have learned, understood? The sexual method of reproduction in the plants.
Yes.
That is 6 types. What are the 6 types? Can anyone tell me? 6 types of asexual reproduction.
vegetative.
Which type?
Fission.
Yes, fission. Very good.
Ma'am, vegetative propagation.
Budding.
Yes, yes. Fission, budding, and then sprout formation, spore formation,
Ma'am,
regeneration.
Spore formation.
Yes, spore formation, regeneration, and fragmentation.
Fragmentation.
Fragmentation, and finally vegetative propagation. Vegetative propagation also with the help of the vegetative parts like stem, leaves, and roots that helps in creating the new parts of the plant. And then artificial vegetative propagation by cutting,
Grafting.
layering, grafting,
Layers,
and finally
grafting,
tissue culture. Tissue culture. Okay, this artificial vegetative propagation, how many types? 4 types. First is cutting, layering, grafting, and tissue culture. Okay. So this is one of the paper, children. Can you try to solve this? Which of the following numbers will come on star 13? You can see star 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So star 13, what will be the number? You need to find it out according to the number of series shown here. So here is 4. Star 1 is 4. Star 2 is 8. Star 3 is 12. It is 16. Next, star 4. This is 20. 24. 28.
28, 32.
32.
32. So star 9, 10, 11, 12, like that 13. So what is the difference? First you should find out the difference. The difference between each star is 4.
52, ma'am.
The difference between each star is
Ma'am, 52.
Ma'am, 4 table.
52.
52. Ma'am, 4 table.
okay, just I'm explaining. How did you get 52?
Table.
The difference between each star is 4, and here 8 star. From 8 to 13, how much is there? How many more stars you need to add to get 13? 5. So 4 into 5
20.
will be 20, yes. So this number is 32. You need to add 20 to 32. So you'll get 52. Yes, so here is the correct answer. Understood? The difference between each star is 4, and then star 8 is there. You need star 13. So difference from 13 to 8 is 5. So 4 into 5 is 20. So here the number is 32. You need to add 20 more to get the number in the star 13. Okay. Next, find out the combination.
Ma'am, it's C.
How did you get C?
Ma'am, because the word is meter.
Given digits are arranged.
Ma'am, meter.
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 Yes, very good.
METR.
Ma'am, how it is?
M-E.
Please tell. Ma'am, a call.
I'll explain. So here C, he said no 2. Number 2 is M. Number 2 they have given as M. So you write down M here. And second number is 4. So you write down E. And third number is 3. 3 is T. So here you'll be writing it T. Then here is 1. 1 is R. Write R. And then 5 is E. Write E here. So it is forming a meaningful word. The other numbers that does not form the meaningful word. You can try afterwards. 2 here is M. First one I'm just trying.
Ma'am is not there.
Oh, ma'am is there.
Ma'am is there.
Can't see it.
Ma'am is there in the meeting.
I can't see ma'am.
Hello.
Yeah. It's clear, children, now?
Yes,
Okay. So next one. The 10 girls are standing in a row as shown below to buy the balloons. Just 5 more minutes, children. I'll wind it
Ma'am,
up.
ma'am, are you screen sharing?
Screen sharing is not there.
No, ma'am, it's not there.
Screen sharing is not there, ma'am.
Able to see the screen, children?
No, ma'am.
No?
No, ma'am.
Actually, screen is visible.
No, ma'am. It is not visible, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Ma'am, no.
Not visible, ma'am. Not visible, ma'am.
Yeah, students, there may be some problem with madam's internet connection. She'll be back.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
I can't see you, ma'am.
You can. Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Children, you
Yes,
try to
ma'am.
solve. You already have completed teaching the lesson. No, you try to solve. I'll be sending this. Next class, I'll discuss this. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, okay, children. Take care. Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Bye,
Bye,
ma'am.
ma'am. Bye, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am. Bye, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.